Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Wherever you want to find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world we're in. This is another scene for Unmask Orlando. This evening's scene brings us to what part? What did you name the casino?
Black Coyote.
The Black Coyote.
Okay, the Black Coyote Casino, where Alexandra is arriving to speak with a certain contact she has made. And I will let you two go from there.
All right. Well, as you enter the familiar casino, Alexandra, once again, you've been here before, so no one really stops you. And in terms of
Yeah, because I'm fabulous.
whether or not who exactly is looking at you, only Shayna knows. But you go proceed back into the casino, to the familiar area, and since you now have a express pass, you can go straight to Tarin's office because he is currently off duty at the moment.
Well, I will go straight to Tarin's office and we'll knock on the door.
The door, as you knock, it goes, and you tap on the door, and the door opens with no one, behind it. It just opens on its own.
So we'll walk in, close the
Door
door.
closes on its own,
Oh, great.
and you see two people. You see Taryn sitting down at his desk, and you see this woman.
Mm-hmm. Well, I saw her the last time.
Mm-hmm. She is just sitting off on the thing, like reading the paper or whatnot, and going through some reports. And Taryn is just at his desk, kind of drinking what looks to be a very nice brandy.
Mr. Delmont, Miss Pillamont,
Alex, good to see you.
good evening.
How have you been?
I have been better. She still has two
Yeah,
eyes,
I
so yeah.
yeah, I was told that your fellow kindred really did not take kindly to our little exchange.
The Tremere did not.
I know,
The
I was
South
hurt.
didn't care.
Hmm. Well, that was truly a shame. But from what I hear, Marcus is dead. Cheerio. Yay.
Yeah, we have
He
that
takes
going
another
for
twig.
us. Now we have other problems to deal with, so let's get down to business. What is it
Hmm.
that you wish of me?
Right. Well, it just so happens that our my what I need done kind of coincides with what most of the kindred need done. After all, you don't like the Sabbat any more than I do, believe me. And I need you to help me find and kill someone. Most blunt way I can put it. End their life, end their unlife, or whatever you want to call it.
I will
And no,
need
they are
more
not a kindred.
information about that.
They are not a kindred. They are actually a created. He looks over at Katie and he's like, "What's the word you use for them? It just sounds so lame." And she looks up and she says, "Hit mark, Taryn." Yes, hit. I can't believe you're calling that hit mark. Whatever a hit mark is. But this particular hit mark has been causing us some grave trouble. And I discovered something very interesting, Alexandra. Do you remember those diamonds that were taken from you?
How would you know about that?
Because this person or this thing that I've been researching on, turns out it was the same thing that broke into the museum and stole the diamonds that were from your exposition. It was also more than likely responsible, at least those who own it and command it, was responsible for stealing the shipment. And I found out another little fact, although you probably wouldn't care, although I really should probably tell Alexi about it. Actually, I should get that to him as soon as I can. But this was the thing that took down that red talon. I think that's what they're called.
Out of character, would I know what this hit mark is?
Do you have knowledge technocracy?
Nope.
then you would have no idea.
Okay,
There's a knock on the door.
can we back up a little bit? She will look behind because here's the knock.
The door the door will open for Scott.
Hey, Tarin.
Hey, boss man.
We're gonna need you back out on the floor here soon. It's getting really fucking busy tonight. I don't know why. It's just like going fucking crazy.
Yeah, well, I'll get right to it. Just discussing a little business deal that I made, and I'll be right out there. But a little bit of chance to celebrate, Scott. Oh, by the way, where are my manners? Alexandra, this is Scott Two Rivers, my glorious boss, and you've already met
Hey,
Katie.
hey, I'm not the boss. That's my dad, and you know it.
Well,
He'll
nice,
extend
He
a
smiles
hand
and he
to
says,
nice
Alex,
to
though.
meet you. She will shake his hand. He'll see that it's a pretty firm grip.
Strong grip you got there.
Yeah, I've been told before.
Anyway, it's a pleasure. I am Scott. Yeah, I will. Wait. You said celebrate. What are we celebrating?
well, I gotta be careful, Scott. Sometimes what we talk about is it's a little bit delicate, but I think you'll be happy. Uh, did you ever hear about that guy named Marcus? Name was floating around a little bit.
You mean the leech?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's Ash now. He's
Oh,
gone.
damn. Nice. Okay. Have to let my dad know.
Yeah.
They were just
He's.
thinking about sending some people over to take care of that, so guess
Mm-hmm.
he can rest easy.
Yes. Now we can focus on those troublesome Sabat that keep bugging us.
Yeah, they keep encroaching.
Not to mention, I think I may have found our little museum breaker. Those fetishes that you told me about in the museum. I think I found who
Yeah.
took them.
Oh shit. Okay, good.
And I think I'm going to,
I'll let the alpha know.
indeed. Whether it's me or any help could be appreciated, but definitely want to get those fetishes back because that's just rude to take them from a museum like that. It's a museum. Who steals a museum? Seriously.
But yeah, I'll
But
let the alpha know.
hmm. And and by the way, Two Rivers, is it okay? I mean, I know it's usually okay with you. You're pretty open and you're a pretty cool guy. Is it okay if she's in here? And then he points to Alexandra and then he says, well, not Katie, Alexandra. Katie, I know you know.
Yeah, I know that one.
She just kind of looks up from the thing. She doesn't even look at Two Rivers. She's just like, "Hey, Two Rivers."
It's Scott. Come on.
"Hey, Scott, Two Rivers."
Yeah, for fuck's sake.
It's not like I haven't been here before.
No, I know that your associates were really upset, and I wouldn't want.
By the way, he cannot, because he's kinfolk, he can't sense the worm on
I
people.
know he's
And I'm
he knows this. He just says, "Let's."
humanity too. Come on.
Yeah, she's real high humanity. He just looks to Scott and he says, "Scott, let's put it this way. Some of her associates are dicks, in the most light way to put it, but she is pretty dang cool." And she is also helping me, track down some of our
It
enemies.
helps to know what she is.
I Well, let's put it this way, Scott. She's not a fae, she's not a fallen,
I'm
and she's not a
kindred.
mage.
Ah, for fuck's sake. Okay. God damn it.
There's nothing to fear.
You're lucky my family runs this place and not the night horses.
Yeah, they kind of smash things a
Well,
lot.
my clan tends to do that a lot too, but only when necessary. Not indiscriminately.
Well,
Nonetheless, Scott, as I said, this is Alexandra Diamond. I'm also helping her, kind of
Oh
settling
yeah,
a.
you're the one that's opening up that jewelry store.
Yes, indeed. You've heard of it.
I I keep track of the local businesses in the area.
Hmm. Well,
Not
the
to mention,
opening
some of
will
those
be
exhibits could.
in a few days. I'll be glad to see you there. Both of you.
Not to mention. Oh, I'll definitely be there. Not to mention, Scott, some of that local opening will definitely attract people to the casino.
Exactly. And more money for the casino means more money for the res. So,
Exactly. And I am quite happy to finally have found some information to this thing. Oh, apparently Kate called it a. I hate this name, Kate. She looks over and she's Katie looks up and then she looks at Scott and she's like, "It's called a hit mark."
Yes, I was
hmm,
about to ask about that. What exactly is a hit mark? Because what you're
weird.
asking me to do is something I have
I'm gonna
never
go,
heard
man.
of.
Just make sure you get out on the floor soon. Gives you two thumbs up and walks
Yep.
out,
Yeah. Oh
wearing
yeah.
that goofy fucking grin.
Tarin will definitely make this a bit quick. He says he waves Scott by and then he says, "I'll let Katie give you the full rundown." Katie looks up and finally stands up and actually looks at someone this time. And she says, "A hit mark for Crash Course." You ever seen the movie? Do you watch movies, Alex?
Yes, generally
You ever
speaking.
seen the movie The Terminator with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Oh, God. Yes.
That's basically what a hit mark is.
So you want me to find and kill a terminating machine?
Not alone. We just want your help.
Well, I can help you with whatever I can provide, meaning weapons, contacts, myself.
That will most certainly be appreciated. Another reason why we chose this particular, or Taran chose this particular moment to request this of you is that it coincides with aiding you as well. And Taran's big on his whole making the best deals.
Hmm.
And then Taran looks at her and says, "Detective."
That might be true, however, the timing was a bit.
Well, I figured you'd all be partying at the celebration of killing Marcus, that scumbag.
Yes, but sometimes things happen that can sour the mood. In any case, that's none of your concern, but I will need at least a couple of days to fully recover.
Of course, we can do this in 2 or 3 nights' time. It will take a while to find specifically where we can track this one, although there may be a little bit of a trap we can set for this one.
I'm assuming since you were able to locate Marcus that this is something very different from us, correct? Since you cannot
Oh,
track it.
this is something different than a kindred. However, sometimes the technocracy can make things interesting. But this thing is basically a
The technocracy. Great.
the technocracy.
Another thing I've never heard of. Great. I might need a crash course on these new terminologies. If you can refer me to someone that can explain a
Oh
few
well,
things to
Katie,
me.
Katie here. Technocracy is basically a bunch of techno mages, so to speak, techno wizards. You ever watch Harry Potter and all that stuff? Yeah, just think technology and science and all that. Kind of like me, but a little different.
Okay.
Um, basically, you have the. I think you guys have the Tremere. I don't know what the Tremere do, but basically, think of your Tremere. Think of them.
What
They
the
can do
Tremere
things that
do?
they
Piss
can do
people
things that the
off?
Tremere couldn't dream about.
They do have technomancy, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Technomancy is a hell of a path.
Yeah, but she wouldn't know it, and I wouldn't know it.
Nope.
So, yeah. What the Tremere do is basically pissing people off and spreading propaganda, apart from their magic stuff.
Well,
But
hey,
that's
Taryn says, well, there you go. That's the technocracy, too. We're already learning.
okay. So we're talking about a bunch of powerful human Tremere, pretty much. Am I correct in that assessment?
that's actually that's a fairly decent assessment, actually.
And they're technologically advanced.
Yep.
So, what exactly do you need to counter them?
Well, typically, the thing about hit marks is they're very well warded. I know you kindred know a thing or two about wards.
Mm-hmm.
Hit marks are
However,
designed.
may I pause you there? The ones that know about words will have nothing to do with this deal. There's
Well,
only
we're not asking them.
there's
We're
only
asking you.
one that might. Well, I have no
She kind of
knowledge.
looks at you with stern eyes, and the lights kind of fizzle a bit.
Problem is, she can't do anything about wards. She doesn't have thumb.
Yeah, that's what I was about to
I know,
explain.
I know. She narrows her eyes and she says, "If you let me finish, you might understand the point a bit more." As the lights kind of fizzle,
Fair enough. Please go on.
they're warded. So the Tremere would be the last clan that we would call to aid for a hit mark.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't do much good. However, most of the time, hit marks are designed to kill whatever it is the technocracy wants them to kill, whether it is a lupine, a vampire, a mage, name it. And they have defenses for each. This one in particular is very, very well warded, meaning that a more, and she kind of puts one hand palm open and then one hand fist and puts them together and says, a more physical approach is needed.
I see. So, what is this hit mark then warded against?
Magic. All forms of magic, with exception of those it is allowed. And that is usually technological, which the traditions, the Tremere, and even the hedge wizards and witches usually can't break, unless you're really good.
So, you want me to brawl with this hit mark?
Indeed, and we're not going to be sending you in alone. We're not that crazy. We just need some aid, that's all. Maybe if everything goes right, you can simply be there as a backup and consider your bargain here with Tarin fulfilled with you having hardly to do anything. And you'll get your diamonds back.
Alright, so what am I going up against? What kind of weapons does this hit mark possess?
We don't know a whole lot about this hit mark, but he holds out a picture to you and he shows it. And let me go ahead and get the overlay up.
You're way too prepared. It scares me
Oh yeah,
sometimes.
oh yeah. Where is Mr. X? Here we go. And he hands you a photo. It's taken from some kind of security camera, and that's what it looks like.
What the hell is that?
From the look on the photo, it's standing about a good 7 feet tall. It looks like it weighs probably about 300 to 400 pounds of sheer muscle. And it's in a black, huge, giant overall trench coat with black gloves, black pants, and giant boots, and a top hat.
Do we know the material from which this thing is made?
We think it's been done using a form of a little bit of a form of a techno sorcery, and what it's made of is a combination of matter and life and in other inducing
But
magic, so to
what
speak.
kind of matter, though? Is it plastic? Is it metal? What kind of metal? What kind of plastic?
Probably some kind of malleable metal, if I had to guess. I haven't had a chance to scan the darn thing.
Hmm. And I assume we don't know if it has any weak spots?
We know that they do have a particular weakness to certain aspects, although this one appears to have been designed very well. Best thing we can consume is that, at least we can guess, and we haven't had a chance to fight it yet, so we wouldn't know what would work really against it, but fire will probably work.
Fire and kindred don't go well together, as you probably know.
Exactly, which is why we're looking to find other ones. But this thing probably has a mind well warded and a body well warded, so it's going to be tough to bring down.
Is it
And there may be
correct?
more than one of them.
Is it correct to assume that it can't be influenced mentally or emotionally?
It might be very difficult, not to mention, I imagine technocracy would have a plan for that.
I see.
We're still not sure which organization is running it. Typically, Pentex is actually steered a little bit clear. But if Pentex is coming back into Orlando, it would definitely most likely be Pentex, which
Oh,
is
Pentex.
literally
Huh.
which is literally one of two organizations that none of us want to deal with.
That is a name I keep hearing lately. Around places with Garu, no less.
Hmm. Well, they do deal with Black Spiral dancers, so I guess if you ever wish to talk with the Garu, they could tell you a lot more about Pentex than I probably could.
Well, I only have one Garu contact that I can consider trustworthy and friendly.
Huh, yeah. I think I know who you're talking about. At that point, Tarin starts to get ready to head out to the floor.
Alright then, let me know what exactly you need of me and I will be there, but give me time to prepare and let me know what I need to prepare for, what I need to bring with me. I do have resources and whatnot, so I assume it won't be a problem. Now, if you'll excuse me, I think you're busy and I do have matters to attend.
He nods,
And she will get
opens the
up.
door for Alex.
She will say goodnight to Katie and she will allow Taryn to escort her downstairs.
He escorts her downstairs and he says, I do apologize for the reaction of your fellows, but I cannot stop what I am. None of us can.
Well, I do not blame you for that, actually, but it would have been a lot better had I known beforehand. I
Hmm.
know that the Tremere a bit touchy.
Well,
Anyway,
next time I introduce you to a new associate, I'll let you know exactly what they are beforehand. Gives a little smile.
well, thank you. And have a good night. I will be off.
Yep. He will go walk on over to the main poker table and start doing the fanciest freaking shuffles you have ever seen.
And
And all the people at the table are like, ooh.
and Alexandra will head out, get in her
Yep.
beautiful Corvette, and head back
Is
home.
there are there any other characters, Shayna, that Alex meets before she leaves the casino?
No, but she will see several different people.
Mm.
She won't meet them, she will just see them in passing. Including, give me just a second.
Yeah, no pop.
This guy talking to Scott using sign language.
Ooh, I do not understand sign language.
Nope, you just see him talking to Scott using sign.
Does Scott see me?
Scott does see you. He gives a little wave.
Yeah, she will nod, like in recognition, like good night, and she's going to be off. And you
And
can
with that, Thank you, players, for playing. Thank
Yep.
you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene for Unmask Orlando. See you next time.